Hello everyone and welcome back to Wes Plays Pokemon Colosseum. For those of you just joining, I'll actually do a formal introduction for once. I am X-Snagger Wes. It's pronounced that way. It is based off of the character in this game who actually was a former member of Team Snag'em, who defected when he found out that the team was basically doing horrible things to these Pokemon that he was stealing. Stealing Pokemon he was okay with, but turning them into shadow Pokemon and closing the doors to their hearts and turning them into fighting machines was a problem for him. As a user or player or whatever, as my username and everything like that I use everywhere, I am also a fanfiction writer. I mostly write My Little Pony fanfiction. Haha, I just caused a bunch of people to just leave and click away from the video right there. But I also like to play a lot of Nintendo games. I am a big fan of Nintendo games. And what else do I do? Right, fanfiction. Oh, I am also an artist, actually, kind of. I guess I can consider myself an artist. I don't really, it's not that I look too harshly on my work. It's more that you know, I don't do a lot of it. I don't do enough to, you know, actually consider myself an artist. Whereas I can consider myself a writer because I do a lot of writing. Yes, I'm a lot of places online, and I use the same username everywhere. So if you look me up, you're sure to find me in a place that you might like. You know, I have a Twitter, a DeviantArt, Tumblr, a fanfiction account, fanfiction even. I even have a fanfiction.net account, which is really nice. I haven't posted anything there, but you can still actually talk to me there if you wish, if that's your thing. And I forgot to switch my Espeon to an Umbreon. Or rather, I forgot to switch out the Espeon in my party to the Umbreon in my party. My bad. So if you're just joining me, which is kind of weird, you've actually joined me where things are getting a little bit more interesting. The story is kind of starting. You know, you're finally gonna go towards the. We're finally going to go towards the final boss. Or the first boss, not final boss. Wow. And yeah, things are actually progressing in this game, so it's kind of interesting. I forgot that I believe this person had a Shadow Pokemon at one point. It must have been an XD. They had a Shadow Vibrava, which would have been really cool. It would have been really awesome to have a Flygon pretty early in the game. And yes, this is still early in the game. That's right, 8 episodes in, and it's still early. Depending on how much I've actually uploaded at this point, there may be more. You know, it may be 80 episodes. It may be just the 8 episodes that I've recorded, and I kind of gave up after this one. Who knows? If I did, I am very sorry for that. And you can actually comment at me and tell me, it's like, dude, Wes, you kind of screwed up. You said you were gonna do this game. You said you were gonna try to finish it. You lied to us. Why did you do that? And I'm sure I'll come up with some excuse like, oh, I was living my life and all that kind of stuff. But the truth is, there is no excuse for that. You know, I can play the game. So we're gonna go exploring in this little base that we found. There's a huge bunch of minions around here. And who knows if they're actually minions, or if these are guys that just like to hang out at this building and they kind of, whatever. Again, a Barboach with no features, no face. Ooh, a Larvitar. That is fantastic. Later on in this game, and by later on in this game, I mean actually at the end of the game, there's a Shadow Tyranitar. Spoiler, sorry. It's kind of interesting because they had a Shadow Tyranitar, Dark Tyranitar, in the 4th Pokemon movie, which I believe was actually meant to be kind of a feature of this kind of thing. I think the Dark Pokemon actually was intended to be Dark Pokemon because the Dark type was actually the Shadow type in Japanese. And they kind of switched the 2 names around for both the things because I guess they just didn't expect them to use both. So yes. A huge bunch of minions here. Oh, yeah, that's right, Mr. Dissonance calling. We'll take out the Larvitar. I don't mind. And again, you know, for those of you just joining, if you decided to join on episode 8, okay, interesting. Or, you know, just to refresh your memory, I am just doing this kind of let's play to. I'm doing it for fun. I'm not doing this as like a oh, this is how you should play the game, this is how I'm going to play the game. I'm just kind of casually playing it. I know it probably doesn't seem like it when I try so hard to casually Pokemon and I get kind of upset when it doesn't work. But, you know, that's just how I am sometimes. This is my favorite game, to refresh your memory, which is why I got my username from it. I also wrote kind of a fanfic about this game. Like I said, I mostly write My Little Pony fanfic, but I also wrote some Pokemon fanfiction, which you can find on my Tumblr. I'm not gonna post. I might post links about it. Actually, I don't know if I'm actually gonna watch these episodes again or edit the video descriptions or anything like that. But yeah, you can actually find some of that on my fanfiction page. It's actually the first few things that I posted a long, long time ago. And if you do, please understand, it was a long time ago, and I did use. Not only was I inspired by all of these other basically creepypastas, but I kind of based my story off of them, and that was kind of the whole point of my story. So it doesn't really hold a lot of water, I guess. They're not that great. However, I did have a lot of ideas for the backstory of this character, just like many other people did, I'm sure. But yeah, if you're ever interested, you can comment, and I can actually link it in the comment section, or update the video and have links there. I may just link all my stuff there anyway. Also, I don't share this on social networks. I don't share this on social networks after the first episode, and I haven't actually uploaded a lot of episodes as of recording this. As of recording this episode, I actually haven't even uploaded episode 2, but I am about to. I will tonight most likely. I've probably talked about this a ton of times before, and I've probably said, you know, it's like, well, this episode I'm going to do this episode I'm going to do this, and I never actually did it. But I did do it, but I just never got around to it, and I don't really have this. I really don't have this all this stuff complete by the time I say I do. However, if you're watching this in the future, it is most likely weeks ahead of time, because my upload schedule is going to be weekly. Rather than daily or just sporadically, because I don't want to make you guys wait for a lot of things and then just upload a bunch of episodes and have you guys just like completely unsubscribe because your feed is completely spammed with all this stuff for a little while and then nothing for even longer. The thing is, I only get time on the weekends to record those, and I may during weekdays sometimes, but not very often, and so I want to do these. I want to do as many of these as I can on each weekend, and then have some time to upload and buffer myself out to be able to do all this stuff. This is kind of a personal diary, as I've already said probably 10,000 times before, and I shouldn't be refreshing your memory, but this is kind of like a grindy area of the game. Get a few extras in here, like fighting this guy to get this chest here. I think I could have gone around the desk, but I want to battle all of these guys in here. And you don't get to heal your Pokemon before you go, you don't get to heal your Pokemon between these guys unless you actually go back to the machine and heal them, which is kind of a pain. You don't really want to do that very often because it just gets tedious. So I'm going to try to take as many of these guys as I can before having to go back. Pretty soon it might actually slow down because I want to switch out Espeon and Umbreon in my party, which I said before, I just still haven't done crazy like that. And Umbreon's not very powerful, but Umbreon is a tank. Umbreon will last longer. I'll also switch out the Misdreavus, since Misdreavus is almost ready to purify too. I'll just walk around a little bit and then Misdreavus will be ready. And like I said before, this Misdreavus will stay in my party, as well as I believe the Quilava and Espeon and Umbreon most likely. I may change that in the future. I may have Umbreon be my team leader, but for now, Espeon, since Espeon has the highest attack, it has a really high attack stat compared to other Pokemon, and it's never been a Shadow Pokemon, so I always know its experience. It makes it a little different. And now that I've set it close to the end of a battle instead of close to the beginning of a battle, I'm going to actually switch out some Pokemon. Not Misdreavus just yet. That'll come later. Another thing, I'm not good at what is it? Making decisions. I'm not good at video editing. These are kind of like just raw footage, raw recordings and stuff like that. You kind of have to take them as they go. Great Balls. That's a hint that there will be Shadow Pokemon down here, by the way. We're just going to continue on. And this kind of works like a little maze thing. So my episodes aren't edited or anything like that, so the raw footage length will be exactly what it looks like. I won't cut out battles until much later. If I actually do decide to do some video editing, and I may actually do that. However, I won't do it at this point because I'm already talking through all of these battles. But because there's so many battles here, and because the battles can tend to get lengthy in this game, these ones actually aren't. These ones aren't even close. I'm going to try to just keep the episode time down, the recording time down for the episode, to keep the episode's length down. Ooh. Good thing I didn't use Shadow Rush, because now Mischievous will actually survive a little bit longer. Oh, Mischievous is going to be so BA when it gets purified. I love that. But yeah, since these can get lengthy, and since there are going to be a lot of battles really in the near future, I'm basically just going to try to blitz through them as kind of as fast as I can. Not really. I'm not really trying to do these very fast. I'm just trying to do them. And I'm going to talk over them, and I'm going to try to keep the episode length down under 20 minutes now. I used to try to keep episode length around 15 minutes, and I'd still like to do that at some points, but since this base is so huge, and trust me, it is, there are going to be a ton of minions and a ton of plot stuff and a ton of backtracking even, like, again, I said, huge base. I'm not going to go straight to Mirror Bee. I'm going to try to battle every minion in his base first, because some of them have Shadow Pokemon, and while I can come back here later and battle every one of these guys again, I kind of don't want to backtrack in that way. I will also do a lot of off-screen training, and when I do off-screen training, I will live stream it, and I will leave my link to the live stream channel in the video where I introduce it, and maybe in later videos too. I might just leave them in every video if I need to. I'm not going to heal my Pokemon. Mischievous should be ready to purify anyway, so I'm actually going to try to keep Mischievous alive. I'm going to try to switch Mischievous out now at the beginning of this battle, so Mischievous will still get experience from the battle, but it won't get hurt, and it will also still get its heart gauge dropped a little bit from being sent out. See, like this. I don't think you get to see it right away, but there you go. See, Mischievous's heart gauge is actually pretty low. I'm gonna send out, I think Quilava. I'm gonna look at Quilava's summary, see if his is down. Yeah, his is almost down too. How's that not knocked out? The goal in this game, I'm going to try to purify every Shadow Pokemon, but I'm not going to do it all on screen. What I'm going to do instead is I'm going to do off-screen training on Mount Battle, and in Pyrite Town. In this base is actually going to be a lot of off-screen training too, because it's a huge base, and I'm honestly probably not going to get through it all before I need to purify all of my Shadow Pokemon when I do have that, when that is the case. And like I said, I'll live stream those, and it'll kind of cut down the number of episodes that I have. The same thing that I'm doing now while lengthening the episodes. With my team, I'm gonna try to keep a lot of Pokemon on my team, because I love Pokemon. I love keeping a Pokemon on my team. Ugh, dang it. However, and some of them will actually stay strong throughout the entire game. They'll be pretty high leveled and everything like that. However, the Shadow Pokemon do actually keep up with the levels of the rest of the Pokemon in the game. You can't go through the game with just Shadow Pokemon, but you can go through the game with a lot of Shadow Pokemon and just a few normal Pokemon. I think I'm going to try to do my team 4 regular Pokemon and 2 Shadow Pokemon at a time. I'm going to try to keep Shadow Pokemon at the front of my team to purify them faster. So that's my game plan. That's my strategy for the rest of this game. It may change. It does every once in a while. But that's what it is for now. So that's the whole rundown. That's the whole introduction. It took almost a whole 15 minutes to get that out. Now we have about 5 minutes left of the actual episode. Unless I want to clear the top to the top of this base and make it even longer. Again, I'm not sure about episode length at this point. And honestly, you can already see it at the end of the video right now, but I'm not gonna focus too hard on that. Here's a cool thing. Ladybug and Ladian actually learn a bunch of really cool punching moves, and well, actually just moves in general. Almost none of them get stabbed. Ladybug and Ladian don't have a lot of bug type moves in their move pool. they just don't learn a lot. So it's something to consider if you actually like that Pokemon. What you want to do is you want them to get you want them to get really high stats. The problem is that they're bug Pokemon, so it's not really a good competitive Pokemon unless you have a strategy for that type of thing. I've looked at their moves and I actually can't think up a strategy for them, or I'm just, you know, not thinking hard enough or not trying hard enough. I'm not really a hardcore Pokemon player. I'm really casual. I definitely prefer to just play the game and not really battle against other people. I used to love that, but the mechanics of the game changed back in the 6th generation, or rather, up in the 6th generation, since it's actually really close. And it's really hard to get around that. It's really hard to get over that, the mechanics changing and basically everything is exploitable. You can now IV breed Pokemon much easier, and you can catch shinies much easier and all that kind of stuff. They're just not as special anymore. By the way, in this game, if I see a shiny and it's not a shadow Pokemon and I don't catch it, I will be very upset. You may hear me whine on the stream if it's in Mount Battle, or in the recordings if it's just a regular gameplay. The thing is, I actually don't know if shadow Pokemon exist in this game. I haven't seen one yet, but that's actually not saying much since I haven't played it for like as long as I have the other games. Which is strange, right? You know, I haven't played it as much as the other games, and yet it's my favorite game. The 3rd generation of Pokemon is actually my favorite. I've really liked a lot of stuff in the 3rd generation. Whether it be the games themselves, the stories, or the Pokemon, I don't know. Or it's probably just nostalgia, because these ones came out when I was around 10 and 11. Or actually, they came out when I was around 8 and 9. But I played them mostly when I was like 9 and 10 and 11. And just... oh my gosh! So I made a ton of memories with them. See, it's probably why I'm not even gonna deny nostalgia in this case. But I do have some nice arguments for why the games are nicer. I won't really start a gen war here. Of course, you guys can. If you guys like, tell me why my opinion sucks or why my opinion is awesome or all that stuff down in the comments. Share yours, please. Which generation is your favorite? Which Pokemon is your favorite? And even if you feel like, explaining, go ahead and explain why. That'd be fantastic to see. I actually enjoy seeing those kind of debates. I doubt they actually get very heated for you guys. But, yeah. So yeah, flame it up in the comments, especially if I actually have more followers by then. I'm hoping with my level of energy and the type of content I post, I might actually have some viewers by then. But I'm not counting on it, you know, I'm counting on maybe like 1 or 2 viewers for every video. And if you see more, that's awesome. If you see more viewers, then I'm saying, like, seriously, that is epic. I would love that. I would love to see that kind of thing. I can actually switch. I could switch to Quilava. You know what? I will switch to Quilava. Quilava's not ready to purify yet. He's close, but neither of you are psychic type. What if I use Secret Power though? Secret Power's type changes. Whatever Secret Power is different for each area. Secret Power has its own animation. I forgot about that. But yes! Okay, that kind of sucks. But yes, he's paralyzed. So he should be the slowest. Don't know why he's not. Please don't get a lot up. Yeah! Umbreon, you're really taking everything like a champ, aren't you? Okay, Quilava, I need you to flame the crap out of this thing. And you, I'll actually heal you. I'll actually be nice for once. Yeah, that's right, you guys actually do get to see me use items for once. Interesting, isn't it? Yeah, okay, this episode's definitely going to go over 20 minutes. I wanted to at least get to the top, but it looks like that's not happening yet. Maybe it will. Maybe if I can make this episode 25 minutes or whatever. I mean, again, you guys see the end result. I don't really mind that, but... it gets to be a surprise for me. Okay, I'll let you use Shadow Rush. I think I've decided I'm going to try to keep this just around 20 minutes, if I can. I know it's probably frustrating to see it be discontinuous like this, and maybe it's suspenseful, and maybe that's why you guys have subscribed and all that junk. But yeah, if I were being honest with myself, I am sorry for doing stuff like that. But also, you know, if that bothers you, you guys should tell me down in the comments what you prefer. Longer episodes where I basically, you know, get to the point and I actually get something done, or shorter episodes so that, you know, you don't have to, you're not waiting with agonizing pain, you know, for the next episode to see what happens next. Yeah, let me know in the comments, and I will read them. I will actually read every single comment on this video. Am I going this way? Yeah, I'm going this way, and this is when people will start to ambush me. So I'm actually gonna stop here for a minute, and yes, I will see you guys all later. Thank you very much for watching. I really appreciate seeing you guys. It's been great. See you around.